Hello and welcome to episode 9 of MTG Vintage Flashback. Last time we talked about Urza's internal struggles and questionable actions in his preparation for the war against Yawgmoth and Phyrexia. I'm your host Mike, and this time we'll be talking about Yawgmoth's plan to invade Dominaria, the invasion itself, and the ensuing final journey into Phyrexia. Its origin is unknown and is rumored to be created by Yawgmoth, but Rath was an artificial plane that was modeled after the skeleton of Dominaria. It was made of flowstone material and was expanded to be the size of Dominaria across several hundred years while Urza was working on his Bloodline project. Rath was ruled centrally from a place called the Stronghold, in which a Phyrexian Avencer sat and maintained control. Perhaps the most well-known was Volrath, a Phyrexian shapeshifter who originated as a Dominarian human. Gerard Capuchin was his clanmate who he resented for saving his life after being disgraced from his family, rather than letting him die. The main plan for Rath involved overlaying a secret plane over Dominaria until they matched in size and shape, then fusing the two planes together to instantly transport all of Phyrexia's army onto Dominaria. This plan did not go perfectly, however, and many Dominarians were accidentally transported to Rath where it overlapped parts of Dominaria. Some of these odd planar swaps were the basis for the plane shift expansion. During the first phase of the invasion, Phyrexia made some preemptive strikes against Dominaria, including the destruction of Benalia and Teleria. Yawgmoth also set his sights on opening up the caves of Koilos, but Urza did not allow it. The invasion itself was led by Sabo Tavok, a Phyrexian general whose appearance was that of a mechanical spider. During the battle at Koilos, the Dominarians were determined to halt the invasion. Sabo bore into Gerard's mind and made him think that she was his mother. At this point, Karn discarded his vow of nonviolence and proceeded to tear Sabo to pieces. Although she was not completely dead, her failure ensured that she would be disassembled for a stronger being, namely Krovax. After these initial battles, the Rathi overlay began. As the two planes merged, there were some side effects including mutated creatures such as razorfin hunters. As the Phyrexian army was instantly transported, battles immediately began all around the merged plane. After a several-day battle, the Dominarians were finally able to take over the stronghold. The Nine Titans were a planeswalker squad that Urza led into Phyrexia on a mission to destroy it for good. They were called Titans because of the power armor-like suits Urza designed for them to use on the mission, called Titan engines. Some of the notable planeswalkers included Tevesh Zot and Lord Windgrace. This was proving to be a successful strategy as the Titans moved through Phyrexia, destroying it piece by piece. That is, until Tevesh switched sides and began killing the other planeswalkers. Urza struck him down and killed him. He then decided to use Tevesh's life force to create a chain of soul bombs that would start a chain reaction and destroy Phyrexia forever. These soul bombs would never be set off. While assembling his plan, Urza became fascinated with Phyrexia. Seeing how much had been created artificially told him that there was much to be learned, and while enamored with the plane, he deactivated the Master Soul Bomb. He then surrendered to Yawgmoth in hopes he could serve and learn more. With such an easy win, Yawgmoth was skeptical. In order to prove it was not part of a trap, Urza needed to show Yawgmoth that he had no allegiance to his crew. This culminated in a battle between Urza and the Weatherlight captain Gerard in the Phyrexian arena. Urza was actually able to defeat Gerard twice through magic and indirect combat, but Yawgmoth reset the fight both times and called Urza cowardly for not fighting him head-on. In the third and final fight, Gerard decapitated Urza and became the new champion. It's a wonder if that's what Yawgmoth wanted the whole time. Carrying Urza's head, Gerard escaped the arena and headed back to the Weatherlight. To the surprise of the crew, Urza began to speak to them. Although he was severely weakened, his life force itself was contained in the Might and Weak stones which had replaced his eyes during the Planeswalker Ascension. Yawgmoth, intent on the final destruction of Dominaria, manifested himself as a plague cloud and began to smother the plane. The Weatherlight crew then went to go release the white mana taken from Serra's realm, which was still stored in the Null Moon. Unfortunately, this did not stop Yawgmoth. At this point, Urza revealed the final piece of the legacy weapon that the Weatherlight crew had been putting together for years. The combination of various items gathered through their journeys needed to be combined together, including the 2 power stones which contain Urza's life, Gerard as the heir to the legacy, and Karn as a conduit to fire the weapon. Upon activation, Urza's Planeswalker Spark was transferred to Karn, Urza and Gerard were sacrificed, and Yawgmoth was finally destroyed. Karn became the new captain of the Weatherlight and took the crew forward onto new journeys. So that was the final chapter in Urza's saga and his ties to the multiverse from adolescence up to and including his death thousands of years later. Urza is one of my favorite characters in the lore. How do you feel about him? If you liked this video, please leave us a like down below, we'd really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed already, you'll want to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you know when our new videos come out. Until next time, thanks for watching.